Hello, sisters. We are here to talk about the energy of Sophia. And before we jump into our meditation, I just wanted to take a few moments to reconnect to that energy and kind of get that frequency flowing for you in that connection. All right, so we talked some about Sophia. I just want to dive a little bit deeper into what I have learned this month connecting to and working with her energy. As I told you earlier this month, jumping into this was not the energy I had planned on working with for this month. However, it was like a deep calling that I needed to listen to. And so I hope that this is resonating with you guys as well. I hope that you're taking time to recognize how this energy is showing up in your life, how it connects to you, how it works with you. As we move through each archetypal energies, there undoubtedly will be some that you resonate more than others, that you connect to more easily. But don't be discouraged. Don't think that there is something not right or something that's off, because it's actually really natural. So we will have those that we tend to feel more comfortable with, that we easily associate with, and we'll have those that are a bit more of a challenge or might even challenge our beliefs, our perspectives, how we see or view things, how we think about things, right? And so that's that area of growth. That's that area of exploration that we get to be open to and learning to understand how that's showing up. So, the energy of Sophia to me this month has been absolutely fascinating. It has definitely taken me down a rabbit hole of watching YouTube videos and teaching webinars and all kinds of stuff. I bought this book called The Wedding of Sophia by Jeffrey Roth. He was recommended to read for understanding the energy of Sophia. And this probably is not my favorite book. I'll probably seek out something else, but it does have some interesting pieces in here. So I do want to share a little bit from what this book says. So I'm going to start reading from the introduction of this book. And I just want to also throw out there that this kind of talks about the philosopher's stone. And so, and it's a connection to Sophia, but I'm just going to kind of jump in here. In the world of spirit, God is undivided, and as such, I term it as the Godhead or the one thing. Wishing to make itself known, it breaks up its own unity and manifests within the psychoid a variety of forms or names. In psychoidal alchemy, we can say that the Godhead is the prima materia, the divine essence with which the work begins. But alchemy only starts when the Godhead manifests. Sophia is the manifestation of the Godhead in the psychoid realm, and as such, she has many meanings and functions and creates a multitude of experiences for those lucky enough to know her. She is the feminine manifestation of the undifferentiated Godhead, and when she manifests, her opposite masculine counterpart manifests as well. We shall call him God in this book, but shall not study him in detail. As the manifestation of the Godhead, Sophia is the prima materia, the beginning of the work, and through her marriage, she creates the end product of the work, the philosopher's stone. Since alchemy first separates the opposites and then reunites them, Sophia must marry her masculine partner. The union of the opposites creates the philosopher's stone, so that the wedding of Sophia creates this ultimate mystery. beginning with the Godhead, who of its own free will manifests in the psychoid realm as names, which are understood as the divinity's manifestations of its own opposites. Psychoidal alchemy proceeds to work with these opposites first separately, and then to conjoin them. Their marriage creates the stone, which is the divinity transformed and made unique. Beginning with the unknowable and the impersonal one thing, we end with the incarnation of an individuating God unique to ourselves. This is accomplished through the wedding of Sophia. Sorry, my reading was terrible today, guys. But I hope you get or grasp what that is saying. So it is talking about the duality, the separation, what we experience as the opposites here. And we know, or at least I think we know now, like everything has an opposing energy. Like duality is one of the Hermetic laws. It is around almost, it's in everything. Everything has a dualistic nature. Everything has its own gender identity as well. That's also a Hermetic principle, so that we understand that everything has a masculine or feminine energy, but contains also both. And that's part of how we understand this process of this energy as being both the masculine and the feminine. And when it comes together, when it unites, when it's in union, then we receive the divine wisdom. And that name, that essence, that archetype, that Godhead name that this is talking about is the name of Sophia. She represents that divine wisdom that comes from that sacred union energy. Sacred union work has been a huge part of my practice for the past couple of years. And I can't even tell you what got me started on this journey. All I know is a huge part of my world has always been recognizing the duality of things and holding space for both ends. So you know that I often talk about, life is not all love and light, and if that's the only thing we choose to see or the only thing we choose to be, then we're missing out on a whole other end of the spectrum. And I don't believe that there's any right or wrong or superior, inferior type of emotion. We are meant to feel the emotional scale through both ends. That's part of our human life here, is to experience these emotions and how we relate to those emotions. And whenever we are choosing to only be positive and only be love and light, right? We're getting into that realm of toxic positivity, of fake positivity, where it's actually pretty delusional in trying to create a space that only holds this container. And unfortunately, sometimes the newer age teachings often only focus on that for things like manifestation and, that sort of thing. And it doesn't really allow people to see the full spectrum of how to get there. It's just these short little things that we see and we love, and then we think that we're only supposed to be positive, we're only supposed to be love and light. And if we're anything other than that, there's something wrong with us, we're broken. That we have all this work to do because we're only supposed to be love and light, right? It creates this false narrative in our minds that is not the truth. In reality, even in these little quips that we see from some of the more popular new agey manifesting work type things, what we don't see is all of the teachings behind doing the shadow work to get to this place of turning that shadow to light. And it's not that the shadow is bad. We need our shadow selves. I always laugh and scoff at those memes that talk about the death of the shadow and things like that, because we don't kill our shadow self. We don't separate from our shadow self. We don't if we're dissociating from the shadow self, we are dissociating from ourselves, and therefore we cannot be whole. I mean, period. That's how that works. The shadow is not going to disappear. It's not going to die. You're not going to separate from it. You're not going to live a life without shadow. That's just not how that works. How it does work, and what I know to be true, is as we dive into the shadow work, as we learn our shadow traits, those things that make us react and act the way that we do, those harder wounds and traumas that we carry within us that made us develop these ego-based reactions to preserve and to save us. As we journey down that path, we begin our healing process because we're able to look at it with understanding and with compassion for ourselves, right? So this is where we come back and circle back to the energy of compassion this month as we work through these darker sides of self and understanding things. We are offering ourselves self-love and compassion. We are freeing ourselves of our own internal judgments and instead allowing us to just be. And so when we do this deeper shadow work, when we allow ourselves to turn and face it rather than ignoring or dissociating from it, we actually grow our ability to hold more light. So think about this. The deeper your shadow work journey is, the more light you carry, hold, and shine in the world. And just the opposite is true. The more you ignore and dissociate from your shadow work, the dimmer your light is to the world. If you don't do that inner work, you have no experience from which to draw from. You haven't yet healed yourself. You haven't been doing the work to allow yourself to be that vessel of light. And it's not that the shadow side goes away. It's that the shadow side now becomes part of your light. You become more understanding of when that side of you is more active, more activated. And instead, you hold that place of being able to choose now what your reaction will be. It looks something like when you are experiencing a situation, and in that moment, you recognize how you want to react, and you self-check and ask yourself, is this current situation worthy of this reaction that I am wanting to choose? Or is this reaction based off of previous experience that does not relate to this situation right now? So it is holding that space for yourself to really know, is that where you're at? Because let me tell you, those shadow traits are also of benefit. Those shadow traits were developed out of your own internal love of self to preserve and heal the self out of love. It is not something to be hated. And though the ego side of that does not always show up in the most positive of light, of course, we can absolutely look at that and understand the basis of that and be able to use that in a more productive and positive manner. And that is how you turn that shadow aspect into a light aspect. And it doesn't change the fact that it's shadow, it's just a different way you are working with it. And now you've just expanded the energy that you draw from, the understanding, the experience, the healing, and the knowledge that comes with that. But we can only do that when we turn and face it. And so the energy of Sophia comes in when we are doing the work of not just channeling the light, but also doing the shadow work. These are the two opposing energies within us, the masculine, the feminine. The masculine is all the outer stuff that we do. The masculine is like our projection and what we're putting out there, the actions that we take, the doing aspect. The feminine is that internal world that you're living in within self that can be your emotional state, your inner feelings, your intuitive guidance. It's all of the inner stuff that's going on within you, that darker mystery within that no one sees because it's an internal process. And that is the divine feminine energy that we carry within. It is all of that unseen things that we know. It's that deeper mystery within, and it's learning those aspects of ourself. And it's being able to marry that with our aspects of how we're putting ourselves out there and bringing that into alignment. That's part of the sacred union work, is that deeper level of alignment. And I've been talking a lot across all of my channels about the importance of alignment. I feel that so strongly for the entirety of this year, that is a huge message for us this year. The importance of that alignment, of bringing ourselves into this deeper place of balance, and then stumbling across this wisdom of Sophia, who is divine wisdom, was like, holy smokes, this is insane. How did I not know this before? And, my internal message is because you weren't ready yet. And so that's how that goes sometimes. And so it doesn't matter whether or not you think you're ready. It's the knowledge of knowing it so that it's there for you when you are, or jumping in it and allowing yourself to align along the way. That's the beauty of this work. It's not really a right or wrongness, right? We're so like mindset conditioned to think in those terms where something is like either or, this or that. And really, that's not how life is. Life is all about and. How many situations can be flipped if we come at it from that viewpoint versus a this or that, or an either or? Right? It totally begins to change your internal dialogue when you start believing in the infinite potential and possibility, and that and. So simple, but very, very, very deeply moving. That will help you shift some things in your life. So I encourage you to start applying that. The energy of Sophia and the sacred union, one of the things that came through to me and allowing myself to be tuned into this work. Of course, when I am focused on an energy, when I'm tuned into that energy, it starts to show up a lot more for me. It probably does for you too. And I would love to see you guys share in our group, how the energies show up for you during the month. That is a wonderful way of allowing yourself to be more tuned in and growing in that energy, right? Because it's super important. The more you allow yourself to really be aware and awakened to how this energy is presenting itself, the more you are learning through experience. And that's what is required of this energy. Right? So just like when I teach my Reiki classes, I can teach you the modality, I can teach you step-by-step processes, but you have got to experience it. You have got to feel it. You've got to make it your own through your personal experience. That's where that magic is. It's not anybody can learn hand placements, right? That's not it. Anyone can learn the book knowledge of what these archetypal energies are, but if you don't experience it for yourself, you're missing out on so many deeper lessons. That is the magic of this work, and that is what we do as priestesses, is we hold space to be a living witness of these experiences. And we draw upon that to bring us knowledge. And so the energy of Sophia is all about tuning into that energy and being in that state of divine wisdom. And we do that through connecting and aligning and being in that state of sacred union. So when we think about our divine masculine and our divine feminine sides and think of them joining and creating that divine wisdom rising up within, that's going to be the basis of our meditation today. So go ahead and allow yourself to get set up, get prepared, get comfortable. Like some sage if you wish. I have been loving working with garnet with the energy of Sophia. It just speaks. It speaks very loudly to me of her energy, and I am understanding that energy of the Earth Star chakra, the energy of the Burgundy Ray, like so much deeper in this work through her. It has been absolutely incredible. Even the treatments, energy treatments, as far as aligning and balancing the masculine and feminine side and allowing that divine wisdom energy to flow through, that I've been bringing that into my healing sessions when it's called to be used, and it has been so powerful the way that it unveiled itself to me. Because again, this wasn't a modality that I was shown step by step. This is something that is channeled, that comes through, that says, this is how you work with my energy. This is how you use my energy in a session. This is how, and it's that intuitive guidance that gives me that information. So that has always been a lovely part of my experience in this. And you all are perfectly capable of having those incredible experiences, those intuitive downloads, that channeled message just as easily. You only have to create space in yourself for that to come through. And that goes back to that doing the inner shadow work. So that is all that preparation for becoming that clear channel. And you can be a clear channel for any energy that you want to be. And it just allows you to be open and know how to hold space in that sense of openness to allow things like that to come through. And there is no teaching on earth, I'm telling you right now, there is no teaching on earth that can compare to that divine connection that you create from within, that gives you this guidance and this wisdom. This is the most powerful teaching, is learning your own connection and learning how to be your own channel. All right, let's get into this meditation. Allow your eyes to begin to close. Allow your breath to deepen. Allow yourself to begin to feel into that column of light that rests just in front of your spine. This column of light is your channel of energy within. It is your Sushumna channel. You might feel a glowing energy radiating up and down your body. And as you feel into this energy, begin to feel this energy flowing down the spine, down past the tailbone. And see this energy flowing down into the earth, connecting into your earth star chakra beneath you. Allowing yourself to take an even bigger, deep breath, releasing. Allow yourself to really expand your energy downwards into the earth, allowing your energy to grow and expand, to feel open and supported. And as you feel deeply anchored here, begin to feel that energy now flowing through the body, sending that energy upwards now through the crown of the head, expanding out beyond the crown of the head, up into the vastness of the sky, into space. Just keep going out past your soul star chakra. Yep, we're going way past that. We're connecting way up into the vastness of space, into that infinite potential and possibility, and keep reaching that energy up until you see this golden light. This golden light of the great central sun. It's not our sun, it's not our solar system. We're out beyond that. We're out to the great central sun of the multiverse, not just our universe. We expand beyond that potential into cosmic greatness, into oneness, into unity, into the understanding of how we're all connected, into that golden light. Begin to bring that golden light back down, and as it travels down, it meets that soul star chakra above the crown, pouring that golden energy into your soul star chakra. This is also how you connect to your Akashic records. We bring that energy down, bringing that golden ray energy down through the spine, through our Sushumna channel, connecting that golden energy all the way down, weaving it down into our Earth Star chakra. We are wide open and connected. We feel that pulsating energy at the crown. Our crown is opened and blossomed like that 1,000-petaled lotus. We are open to receiving. We are open to receiving that divine wisdom and divine guidance. We are open to understanding and recognizing the energy that is Sophia, the divine wisdom. Take a moment now to just feel into the right side of your body, your right leg, the right side of your torso, your right arm, the right side of your neck and your head, just feeling into that entire right side of your being, your masculine energy. And invite yourself now to feel into the masculine energy of that right side. What does that masculine energy feel like inside you? Is there tension? Is there pain? Does it feel open? Is it relaxed? Just notice that right side. Let it speak to you. We call in that golden energy to flow through the right side, the golden luminous energy of divine masculine energy. And now begin to feel into the left side of your body, your left leg, your left side of the torso, your left arm, the left side of your neck, up into the left side of your head, the divine feminine energy within. Allow yourself to tune into that left side, your receiving side. How does your divine feminine energy feel to you? Does it feel open? Does it feel blocked? Does it feel like it's flowing? Let it speak to you. Just be aware. Tuning into that left side now, we bring in that silver energy, that luminous silver energy to fill the left side of the body that is connected to that divine feminine energy. This luminous silver energy flows into that left side. And begin to become aware of that central line again through the body, that place where the divine masculine and divine feminine meet. And in this space, we begin to see these swirling energies, kind of like the caduceus, the snake that's intertwined, the two snakes intertwining together. Begin to notice if you're seeing that in your energy. This is how these energies begin to become interwoven and flow together. And we feel this energy coming together at that center as they weave around our chakra wheels. We begin to see this luminous, bright light. It has this bluish hue to it that takes up that center channel, united in divine wisdom. We allow ourselves to tune into that energy, feeling into that divine flow, weaving together our divine masculine and our divine feminine energies, coming into union with divine wisdom. And as we come into this energy of divine wisdom, we see this electric blue luminous energy, like a blue flame being woven around each chakra center, rising all the way up to the crown. Notice how this energy makes you feel. Allow that luminous energy to grow bigger and bigger around the body till you feel as if you're standing in this blue flame. This blue flame of luminous energy. The truth of who you are. The truth of your divine wisdom. The truth of what it means to just be. The power, the strength, the love, the compassion. Soft and tender, yet fierce and courageous. Feel an activation at your throat chakra, connecting from your throat chakra up into your ears and through your jaw. As this energy begins to activate this entire area around your throat chakra, allowing you to step more fully into your divine truth. Perhaps give yourself time to allow any visions that are coming through, any messages, any connections, keywords, or anything like that that's coming through at this time that is special for you. Now begin to see that blue flame, that luminous blue light energy begin to become smaller, becoming that central column of light until you draw that energy completely in, pulling that energy back in, centering it, anchoring it back at the heart chakra, the center of your beingness. Allowing yourself to tune into the heart space, to that fire that now resides there, that inner knowing, that wisdom, that harmony, that balance, that deep sense of peace. You are whole. You are connected. You are truth. Allow yourself to focus on your breath, bringing yourself back into the physical body. Knowing those energetic connections are always there. Those cords to those energy channels are always present. You only need to tune in to reconnect. That's my dog snoring. I'm sorry. Welcome back to life. I hope that you enjoyed that meditation and connecting to that energy. This has been definitely one of my most favorite energies to work with in connection to the sacred union work that I've been doing so much of. And I definitely want to expand upon that. So I'm going to be sharing some more resources with you guys about sacred union energy as well. And we're coming up on the end of the month rather quickly. I had to change our embodiment call. Instead of being the usual Sunday, it'll be Friday evening. And then we will be starting our next round. But I don't want to get ahead. Enjoy this energy of Sophia. And if you've gotten off track, if you haven't really taken the time to tune in, allow this to kind of jumpstart you to doing that. Start connecting and allow yourself to be the witness of this energy in your life right now. Where is divine wisdom showing up for you? How is it coming through for you? The reason why I think that energy, and this wasn't part of my planned meditation, activating the throat chakra. Our throat chakra is deeply connected to our ears, to our jaw. It covers more than just our throat, our voice, our communication, but it also covers our ears for listening, for receiving, for understanding and interpreting. So I found it interesting as I was doing that called to be really focused on to open that space more. So as you witness, as you experience, as you see this energy in your life, allow that deepening into what that experience really is, that understanding of it, and how to really be able to use this energy. How can you call it forth when you need it? Right? That's kind of the magic of this work. We are learning all of these archetypal energies, and it's all about how you can call that energy into your life when you need it. So when will you need divine wisdom, right? Don't we need that like every day? So think about that aspect of it as you work with this energy. How is it showing up in your day-to-day life? When do you feel like you need it more? Is there a specific area of your life that you need more help in? That connecting to this energy might help you see things in a different way, or experience or interpret things in a different way. Allow yourself to work with this energy. That is your magic, that is your power. So tune in and let the magic unfold. All right, beautiful priestesses, I hope you have an amazing, amazing day.